Happy Valley on a Wednesday night, then on the back of a good card at Sha-Tin. We had Group 3 action on the weekend, saw Glorious Dragon gallop to victory there, and ahead of a Saturday meeting coming up back at Sha-Tin. So a quick turnaround as we're concentrating though on Wednesday night at the Valley. Very warm welcome to Racing Twin. I'm Andrew Jern. Please say I'm joined by our form analyst in Paul Lally and race caller Mark McNamara as well. And Mark, we've got a couple of really hot sprints on Wednesday night's programme.
We do. A Group 3 winner in Explosive Witness Andrew returns to his happy hunting ground of Happy Valley. The first half of the program has a lot of lightly raced horses engaged, apart from the Class 4 200 metres, which features all their old favourites. All
right, yes, so it's the first starters, the markets and the jackpots. Paul, what are we looking at?
Well, we've got one jackpot, 1.8 million going into the triple trio, so expecting that to get up to 4 million for a winning $10 single unit, so a decent jackpot there. First starters, there's only one actually, a horse, well, in Hong Kong anyway, a horse called Breeders' Ding, who did run overseas before he did get here with Casper Founds, has got him now. Neil Cullen will ride him. That's the only first starter. It looks like some quite good races, especially those sprints. That last race looks a cracker.
Yeah, race 6 onwards, the action really starts to heat up. But before we get into Wednesday night's programme, let's look back on the weekend action from Sha-Tin with our racing review. The Centenary Vase then was the big race on the weekend, featured reigning horse of the year and defending champion Exalting. Actually, he was looking for a three-peat mark and had to carry the shoulder the big weights. And it was a horse that actually ran second to him last year, who came out on top this time.
A little bit of redemption for Glorious Dragon Andrew, with Matthew Poon picking up the Group 3 Centenary Vase win. Furore thought he was only fair in the straight. He was held up at times in the run home. Looked like he was going to run into it more at the 200 metre mark. Paul, Exultant ran his usual honest race, but the lightweight of Glorious Dragon, and I guess the further they went, 1800 might not have been ideal for Furore. Did his best late there.
Yeah, well, the thing with being a handicap as well, he only carried 113, Glorious Dragon, and the others had to give him weight. But the way he won it, look, it was a really nice win from him. So look forward to seeing what he can do coming up in some of those staying races later in the season.
Francis Loy after the race suggesting that possibly the Gold Cup might be next, where he'd bump into stablemates, of course, Mark, in Golden 60 if he went in that direction.
It would indeed, and well, Golden 60, he was so good last time, but dependent very much on tempo going forward. And well done to Matthew. He had that pretty nasty injury earlier in the season from a fall at Happy Valley on the Elites, but he's bounced back and is riding really well.
Yeah, really good win from him, wasn't it?
All right, he got 11 points for that, so now into 112. So naturally, it's group racing for Glorious Dragon from here on. Beauty Applause was able to win again at a decent price. Who else were the good winners, Mark?
We got Fantastic Way, who was a 1.3 massively back favourite to start the day. He went up 10. Casemiro breakthrough up in grade for the first time, and +5 Ultra Express. Happy Win-Win Galaxy Emperor. And Beauty Smiley went up 5 as well.
Yeah, I thought it was a nice win there from Ultra Express, and hit the line well. He's one to keep an eye on when he gets up in distance as well.
All right, OK, they were the big winners on the programme. We'll see if we can find you some more now with our horses to follow. So, Paul, you, as always, go first. What did you spot for us?
Well, got a horse earlier on in the day. It was a horse called Gladsome Rider. He'd only had limited start here, only had a start here, and he got really well back. He was a big price. He was well over 100 to 1. And I just like the way he thread his way through the field and hit the line really nicely. Now, he's just finished behind Fantastic Way, who was quite impressive on debut, and I think he's a horse definitely going places. But just this last 100 metres, you know, he just hit the line nicely, I thought, and he'll come on nicely from that. So a good run there from Gladsome Rider, and only his second start.
All right, we'll keep an eye on him. That was Neil Cannell in the saddle there for Richard Gibson. Mark, what have you got for us?
Going Donk Ju Sui from a little later on in the program. There he is back in the field, 1,600 metres. Again, he's fairly lightly raced as Donk Ju Sui, and I think the further the races are, the better he will be. He's run on at both of his previous 2 starts and wanted to run around a little bit there at the 300 metres as well. Now, Cheerful Day set up a pretty hot pace in this race. Happy Win-Win was able to go back-to-back. That's Nunchucks running on out wide, but just that pink cap, the last little bit, you can see him there making steady ground through the centre, and the more racing he does over more distance, the better he's going to be.
All right, later in the programme for me, and California 10, the one I've singled out here. Now, he was 3 wide most of the trip, but still there at the pointy end. Another horse to keep in mind here is down on the inside in the purple sleeves. That's Piano Solo on debut. You can see Christophe Soumion looking down there. Horse was backed off the map as weekend out of it, but one to take note of next time round. But California 10, you can see he's just about cried enough now, but with good reason as well. His name was 10-year ticket when he raced in Ireland for Jim Bolger, and I think there's a bit more to come from him, given the slightly better draw maybe next time out. All right, those are the horses to follow from the weekend's action. We'll keep an eye on them. Out of Sunday's programme as well, Joe Moreira actually picked up a couple of days, 2 days in actual fact, and I'll miss the 14th through to the 18th, but that will mean he is back for Gold Cup Day, and the second leg of the 4-year-old series as well. That is the Classic Cup, comes up on the 21st of February. Now, as far as the scratchings are concerned, at this point in time, Sunshine Supreme is the only one we've lost. That's race 8, number 5, lame in front, replaced by Metro Warrior now. This is meeting number 43, so nearly at the halfway point. It will be 44 on Saturday at Shartin when we get to that stage. We kick things off with a Class 4 of the 1200 metres here, headed by Cheerful Leader. Blinkers go back on as he comes in class, and down in trip as well. A Smile Like Yours, beaten favourite on his last 3 starts. He's drawn wide again, barrier number 10. Shining On, 2-time winner this season already and placed on his last 2 runs. Goko, 5-time winner down the straight at Shartin, back here at Happy Valley. The Happy Time's a good run behind Nordic Warrior last time out. Mr. R might have some pace from barrier 5 and down to Mission Smart, who's first up since July. He'll jump from barrier number 12 under Matthew Poon. Shining On, Smart Hunter and Mission Smart, Mark, are the horses that have been up at Chongfa in the last 30 days.
And we kick off with this Class 4 off a good tempo with the racing in pairs pretty much, except for A Smile Like Yours and Mission Smart. He'll get left out there 3 wide. Happy Time from a better gate, should have the speed to lead. Goko comes to the valley and then back through the field. Shining On, he gets back and rattles home. Cheerful Leader, E-Honey and Mission Smart. Paul.
Interesting, they're stepping Goko up to 1200 metres. Here's his work here. Look, he's quite keen in it. He is known as a 1,000-metre straight horse, though. Hasn't done too much here at Happy Valley from his 6 starts. He's been placed once, but 1200 metres, his work's fine, and he's a very fit horse. Happy Profit. Now, this horse had mucus last time, so it did have excuse. That's some 160 there, just moving alongside Fortune Carrier, who's running later in the card. So a nice piece here from Happy Profit. He's only had the 2 starts late, and there's a lot of money for him last time as well. And Can't Stop the Feeling, I think he's on the improve a little bit here. He's had a couple of starts in Class 4, comes back to Happy Valley. Neil Callan will take the mount on him, so that's his work down the back straight.
All right, we've got a few to get through as far as replays are concerned for this opening contest, and we'll start off with Shining On, Happy Time, and A Smile Like Yours, Mark. So the money's stayed in the bag with A Smile Like Yours, but I'm sure his time's going to come at some point.
He's drawn wide again. That's the worry with him, and he's such a little horse. Happy Time, on the other hand, he went from barrier 8 to barrier 1 this week, and as long as he jumps cleanly, which at times he can be a little slow away, Shining On will be running on late, Paul, but I just like Happy Time from this inside gate this week.
Yeah, so do I. I think that they went to the front last time. It seemed to work for him. He's only a 1-time winner, but that was off a higher rating.
OK, we'll keep rolling then. Happy Profits. Next one we're having a look at here, Paul. 7th on debut. Then 11th here to Universal Go-Go.
Yeah, drops out here now, but he had excuses. He had mucus. The work before during the week is good, so it shows that he is on the comeback. I'll just forget this run because he did obviously have those problems, but he was really well back that day. He came into 5.8.
Yeah, he went brown in betting, and the more updates we got, the bigger the money was for him, and that run was too bad to be true. So it was good, I guess, from going forward point of view, that there was something wrong, that it was just mucus in his system. OK, all right, we're at the trials here with Smart Hunter, Mark. He's Smart Hunter's Douglas White is the trainer, and Jerry Chow at the race. Had a couple of trials up at Chongfa, a second all the way in the run behind Weifeng Star, and then a third after leading up behind Dr. EQ, who was supported first up. Look, he's had the 3 starts, Paul. He comes to Happy Valley for the first time. Want to see him, but his trials suggest maybe he has improved slightly, but he'd need to.
Yeah, no, not for me. I've left him out. Yeah, I'd like to see him do it on the racecourse first.
OK, so we're watching him as far as what he can achieve. Looking at the market here, Paul, Happy Time's our favourite. What do you think? Yeah,
I've got him on top too. One off that 58 rating. He's now down to 51. I hope they go forward again from barrier 1 like they did last time. I think that worked for this horse. Shining On's very consistent. Did beat him home just last time. We'll give Happy Profit another chance because of his issues. And I'm going to put Can't Stop the Feeling in at a big price. I just liked his work leading into this. 7, 5, 8 and 2.
It's the same top three as Paul, just a different order. 7 on top, though. Happy Time from the inside gate. If he jumps cleanly, he's going to be on the pace for a long way. Happy Profit, too bad to be true last time. He can bounce back here. 5 Shining On will get back and rattle home. And A Smile Like Yours, he's in for safety because he's raced largely without luck and he's come up with a wide draw again, but Joe sticks for an informed John Size. 7, 8, 5 and 3.
7 and 5 is my cue there in the opening event, the Class 4.